So I have a new retro toy to play with, and it is a very old dye-sub printer that's made by Olympus. I got this out of a sort of parts bin in the Jessops before it closed down quite a long time ago, and kind of played with it a little bit but not really had a clear idea for a project with it. And then I since found a massive pack of paper, so I've got about 200 pictures worth of paper for it now on eBay. I think it was from a Russian. So I decided to sort of do a kind of retro photography project, and it has to be retro because the printer itself only prints old format JPEGs, so it doesn't understand anything else. So in that vein, I got hold of this, which is a camera that I've always kind of wanted one of these actually. It's an old Canon G5, and when I actually worked in a Jessops, I always thought these were pretty cool. I like the retro styling of it, and the sort of solid build quality just makes it kind of an interesting little camera. So it's pretty old. I mean, you can tell by the size of the screen that is by today's standard an extremely small screen, but kind of fun. And I was kind of like was impressed with this when it came out and wanted to play with it. So my hope is that this produces files bizarrely old enough that the printer will print them, because all my new cameras I'd have to convert them, and that just seems like a bit of it's a faff to sort of convert them to an old format and also crop them down, well, scale them down actually to make them lower resolution. So I'm hoping that this will natively produce files that this printer can print, and then I'll have a nice kind of fun retro photography project. So I haven't tried the printer for some time, so I'll see if it powers on. Sounds promising. So it has power on. We might not be able to see the screen. It also came with this, which a few people might recognise what this is. This is an XD card adapter. So Fuji and Olympus for a while had their own storage format called XD cards, which were these tiny little, certainly at the time, tiny little memory cards that were also extremely expensive. And I did actually have a Fuji FinePix 5500, I think, that used these cards, which is not a bad little camera actually. Oh, that's convenient. That's powered off. So I actually took a test picture rather, with this camera just to see if the printer will understand it. So let's turn it off. Put the card in. Turn it back on. So I'm a bit concerned that even this is too new in the format it uses for this printer, which is a bit of a shame. But what I'll do is I'll just check actually that there is a picture on the card. I can't remember. Pretty sure I left some on. So yeah, there are a handful of pictures on this memory card, so maybe it's even too old. The printer might even be too old to understand pictures out of this. I'll just see if there's a way I can change. There might be a file format setting that I have to use. So what I'll do is just quickly look at the I think it was in RAW. It won't like RAW. It needs a JPEG. So hopefully So now I think it's in superfine JPEG, basically. So, with a bit of luck, I'll just take a picture. I won't print this because obviously it's going to be a sort of a pretty crap picture of the printer itself. But maybe I should include a portrait of the printer. But anyway, let's hope that that has fixed that problem. Yes, so now it shows 1. Let's see if I can show you. Yeah, you can probably see on there that there's a little 1 next to the end of the zeros. Cool, well that's a relief. I thought I'd maybe bought something not retro enough, and that would have put the whole project in doubt, but no, it's fine. So yeah, so that's cool. So I'll have to go and take another picture now to demonstrate this setup, but I'll do that in a minute and I'll just put it on the end. But I think this will be really fun. So the prints are kind of small postcard, roughly the size of a Polaroid actually, but not square. And because it's dye sub, the quality is actually pretty good, and they're pretty resilient to sunlight and things like that, although not, not 100%. So I think it'll be a kind of retro themed, maybe some kind of photo diary I might do with this, using the roughly 200 pages of paper that I've got. And I can collect them together into a project. I think that would be quite nice, and obviously I'll have the digital files as well as the printouts from this printer, and maybe I can display them in an interesting way. I have actually seen another pack of the paper, so I think once I've tested this I might actually bid on that pack, and I'd have even more prints then to make a real project of this. So I'm quite excited. So yeah, look out for a short video at the end of this, just showing a print emerging from this printer. Cool, thanks, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm not sure if I've got sound on this one or not, but let's try it out. Try and print the first frame. So it prints each colour individually. So I did yellow, it's doing red. You can see a bit more of the picture. That'll be yellow, magenta, and presumably cyan is the last one. It's not a black and white picture, it was just a very grey day.